What's up, guys? So today I actually woke up late, so kind of didn't do my prep work, but at the same time, I followed some fundamentals and ended up with a $575 day. Um, sort of clean trading because I took 38 tickets, but commission came out to be 97.30, and I got chopped up a bit at on one of the stocks, CLDR. But I am proud of myself in being able to stop out really quickly because I took some big sizes, but the stock was spread was low and it wasn't really a super volatile stock, so I was able to stop myself out very quickly. So I had. Pretty good control. So remember, control is power. So being able to control yourself and how you trade is a good thing. So on DOMO, if you look at down here, 5 minute, so obviously I missed all this run ups, reversals, whatnot. But at around 10:25 ish, I saw that it tried to make a high, another high, lower high, and this is more to me. That's more of a pullback because if you look at the 1 minute up here, uh, popped up here and it started to lose it. And so what I was also interested in was the fact that if you look at the daily level, this was at the very high end of the range. It gapped up, so there's a tendency for it to close the gap, and it looked like it was doing that. Typically, on very high momentum stocks, I take the side of the momentum wherever it is. I'm not a counter trader. But sometimes on stuff like this, where you see that it is working towards closing the gap, you go on the side of where it is going. So, what I did here is I saw that it did this double bottom here, this run up, and it looked like it was going to lose it. So I went short, I think a pretty small size, either 1,000 or 500 shares. It did pop up. I survived this pullback. So this is 38.50. So this is 20 cents. So this might be just a small 500 shares. And then when it dropped 38.20, yeah, it's 500 shares because I didn't really make that much money, but that's a pretty significant drop. So I covered. I covered here, and then I covered somewhere down here, and then on the pop, I basically took the rest out at break even, and obviously, because of the size of the move, I actually made $55 off of that. So that was decent. And what I was trying to catch here is basically this move all the way down past. We're down to VWAP, but this one actually went past VWAP. Um, Simply because it ran up the whole day. People are going to take profit. It's extended on the daily level. 15-minute also showed that. So if you look at the 15-minute, so here obviously at this point, somewhere around here, you would start thinking about going long because it's been holding this level for a while. After it went long, it did pop up. Couldn't really hold that, and it looked like it was going to go on the downside. And so this is sort of where people are trying to make the decisions. Next 15 minutes, you see it start to drop. So technically speaking, at around this point, I think I was taking this at the tail end of the 15 minutes. So if you think of it from this perspective, it is taking advantage of this move here. So that's what I did on Domo. CLDR is the one that chopped me up. So CLDR daily level, it's below this. So I was short bias on this already. But it was gapping down, not gap. Well, it did gap down, but there's this huge. So like I mentioned in videos past, this SMA is a strong level. It's 200 day simple moving average. So on the way down, it's gonna have a hard time trying to break above that. So 15-minute. Look at this huge engulfing pattern. Did a pullback, and when I was watching this. Now I thought, okay, so this is a pullback, not necessarily a reversal. It did try to drop, but huge buying pressure brought it back up. So I'm thinking maybe it'll continue this trend. Usually, if this was a weak candlestick, it usually means that this is just a pullback. So that's what I did. I went short, added to my position, and then on the way down I covered. And then I tried to continue that, and I lost some money, and basically I got lit up over here. Between 10:05 and 10:15, this 10-minute period was pretty bad for me. So if you look at the 1 minute, which is the chart up here, So this is a decent play, right? I saw that it went to VWAP, couldn't hold it. So this was a pretty weak stock. It's below the one daily SMA. So went short, covered. That was a good move, and then I went short again, thinking of a continuation, pullback, continuation. Exited, and then I got out here. Didn't want to lose too much of my money. So again, this is good stop out, right? Went short, covered some, pop back, get out, right? So then I try to reverse my position, went long, popped up. There's this SMA coming down. So here in this case, it popped right through. But sometimes what happens is if a stock starts to look compressed like this, it would drop, and then it would probably go for low of the day. I didn't want that to happen, so I kind of got out pretty quickly. So here I exited, went long again, and then I started to cover on the way up. I missed this, so on the way down I exited again. But in this whole transition here, I had lost some money, quite significant too, and I think it's due to the position size. Because in here I might have gone short and then it popped up long. That's probably where the $101 loss came from. Because I did at some point here take a very big position. So actually, I think this is what happened. So let me redo this. So I did short, went short, and then I don't think I covered all of this. No, actually, I did cover all this. I went long, and I probably exit here. I went short, super short, and then I popped up, so I lost $101 because of that. And then I went long again, and then made back some money there. So I think that's how I played this. The only thing I'm proud of here was the fact that I exited really quickly. You don't want to be on the wrong side of this if you have 4,000 shares or whatnot. So I was able to manage my risk because of the level 2 and how the stock was moving. And then lastly, the play of the day was this one, MDB. The reason for this is if you look at MDB on the daily level, gapped all the way up here. And when I shorted, it's way extended on the high end. Okay, so that's one sign. I was looking for a short. I was bearish on this because of how big the gap up is. People are going to take profit. On the 15-minute, I tried to make a high before it did not continue that. So I was bearish starting from here. Okay. And then the 5-minute kind of helped confirm some of my suspicion because it popped up. It started to lose it here, number one. So I kind of went short, small size, 200 shares, added 200 shares when I saw that it popped up, but it wasn't going to continue to go up. And then if you look at the 1 minute here, this is how it looked like. So I saw that it was going to do an EMA SMA cross, so I went short. It didn't exactly happen, but I only had 200 shares, so popped up here. Let's see, 131. And then the reason why this happens is usually I would try to stop out quicker, right? Like probably up here past the EMA or something, I would have stopped out. But the thing is this stock is the spread is very big, anywhere between 10 cents to 30-40 cents spread. That's why I took very small sizes. So I kind of had to give it room because if I stop myself out here, it won't be a 10 cent, you would think that I would be stopping out at 131.58 or whatnot. No, I'll be stopping out at 131.80 or something like that. So that's why you gotta, with big spreads and all that, even if you're reading the trend right, it's important to take that into consideration so that you give yourself the room for maneuver. Because if I stop myself out here, which then I'll be paying a price that's up here, and then even if I got this call right, I would still lose money. But anyway, so I added into my position because I saw that it popped up, didn't break this level, it started to look like it was going down. So I put in, and I use limit orders for both of these. So I put in a limit order, and then I started to set my my exit close to this level. The reason why I did it close to this level is because it bounced here several times. So I'm thinking, okay, this is probably where it would be. So as you can see, this total here, I think is like 500 shares or something, 300 of which were exited at this level. So and I got pretty confident once I saw that these candlesticks started to form, these small ones, because it's basically set in this upper boundary here, and started to lose it. And then once the EMA crossed, it started to drop. So I covered 300 shares, saw this pop up. It may be deceiving why it popped up and why didn't I exit. Usually that's what I do. The reason for that is because the spread is so big that this price here may not necessarily represent the what I'm seeing on my screen because of the spread, right? So I could be seeing, if I exit here, I may be paying 120. It could be selling at 130.75, but if I were to hit a hotkey or whatnot, I would be buying it at 130.160 or whatever. So I was basically just watching, see what happens. And also there's this SMA here. That makes me feel a little more comfortable because my average is somewhere up here. I already made most of my profit here, so I would probably get back some of the profit. So I was ready, finger on the hotkey, but just to exit. But it wasn't. I was never in danger here at this point. So when it dropped more, I covered, and then I covered some more. And I used limit orders for all these because the spread was just so big that if you hit the hotkeys, you would be totally overpaying for it, and whatnot. So I was using hotkeys for this. I've been using limit orders and then use the hotkey, finger on the hotkey just in case it goes against me and I can manage my risk. So that's what I did here for MDB, and that's where most of my money came from, 570 or 566 off of this trade, and it pretty much saved my day. So that's it.